July 13th, welcome to Konveyor Committee Meeting. We abide by Konveyor Code of Conduct, which means please be nice to one another. This meeting will be recorded and available in the YouTube for later viewing. My name is Savita, and I'm going to be your host today. So let me just drop in the agenda in the chat so that folks can add in their names. If you'd like to the new names there. So there you go. There is the agenda. So the first step topic that we have today is a demo from Prinav. So Prinav, whenever you're ready, please take it away.
Yep. Can I take away the screen? All right. Does everyone see my screen?
We do.
Okay. Right. So today I am basically representing Konveyor to demonstrate an end-to-end demo of dynamic reports, what we call as Happy Path demo, in which we will be showcasing static code analysis using the new LSP analyzers integrated into Konveyor, all the way to getting the reports. And we will, at the end, explore the dynamic reports UI. We will and we will take a look at the things that are offered as of today. As I said, this demo basically covers all of the work that has been going on since last 3.5 months or more across 4 different areas in Konveyor. So what we'll be looking at is the dynamic reports UI. The UI team working on will be not directly looking at the APIs, but what we see on the screen today will be the result of the hub APIs that have been implemented for dynamic reports. We will be using the analyzer add-on, and the add-on is basically integrated into Konveyor. And obviously will be the report, the data that comes from the LSP analyzers output. We'll be taking a look at that. Before I jump into the demo, I just wanted to share a quick highlight on what we'll be seeing. The first thing we'll do is install Konveyor on a Minikube instance. Now, I have tweaked one component in there to get the latest changes. That's because we have not yet released an upstream image that we could use out of the box for the demo. So I had to make these tweaks. And I'll get to the exact tweaks I did. I have documented them so that you can go ahead and do the exact same thing, run the exact same demo on your Minikube instance. Once we have installed the Konveyor, we will install the new analyzer add-on. This will be a custom resource that we will install in the Konveyor installation. Then we'll set up a test application that we have been using to demonstrate some of the wind-up functionalities in the past. This is the customer Tomcat legacy application that I have used. And we will be demonstrating the analysis. Then we'll explore the UI. And then at the end, I'll spend some time comparing the results of the analysis from basically I'll compare the old wind-up report, and we'll have a side-by-side comparison of both the reports. As I said, I have the instructions to recreate this demo documented in the Konveyor HackMD space right now. Once we have the releases ready, we should be able to publish this article into Konveyor operator repo so that you can go ahead and run this demo out of the box without having to do those tweaks that I mentioned. I'll just quickly go over to the document and explain what I have done. The first thing I'm doing is I have obviously set up a Minikube instance. Next up, I set up Konveyor using the usual installation method. And then I basically changed the hub image. I have the three commands that I use to uh, change the hub image, which is getting us the rule sets fixes that have been not merged yet. But I'll be doing that. We should be able to have all of this ready before the next meeting, I suppose. But yeah, once we run these three commands, we should be good with the Konveyor installation. After that, I'll be installing the analyzer add-on. It's a CR that, so I'm basically deleting the old windup add-on and replacing that with the uh, new LSP analyzer add-on. And after that, I will be setting up a sample app, which is the customer Tomcat legacy app, which is oops, I'm sorry. That's a bad link, but I'll update that. It's available in the example applications repository.
Pranav, I believe that one is on a private repo.
Oh, no. There's one public over here.
Okay.
So I think we published this demo sometime in the past using Windup. This one is public. All right. So that's some prerequisites that we needed to run this demo. I'll go ahead and share the recording that I have of running the demo, and then I'll move over to comparing the reports real time. So as you can see on the screen, I am using the new application wizard to create a new application. I am giving the link to the example applications repo, and in that, the customer Tomcat legacy app is under example 1 directory. So I gave the root path as example 1. Then I am moving to the analysis tab, and I am going ahead and hitting the analysis. We as we can see here, we have 4 different modes we can choose from. Since we are using a source code for the application, we are only interested in the source code and the source code plus dependencies mode. In the past demos, I think we have demoed different modes, analysis modes that the analyzer supports. We will go ahead and run the source code plus dependencies mode. I wanted to talk a little bit about the targets here. So this work is currently not yet fully merged. So what we are saying is the rule sets are actually coming from the tweak that I made. We have all the rule sets published that Windup supported in the past. We are going to probably need to change the descriptions and the icons, but all of the rule sets are exactly the actual content of the rules is it's converted by the by the Windup shim from the old XML format into the new LSP YAML format. I am going to choose OpenShift. This is called the target. OpenShift it's basically the cloud readiness target from Windup. I'm going to choose that and move ahead. And on the last screens, I'm basically just setting different options. I set the target, then I Oh, okay, sorry. I also set the scope for analysis, and I'm not using any custom rules. I'm using the built-in cloud readiness target, and I'm going ahead and hitting the run analysis. We can see that the analysis task is now submitted. I'll move to the console, and we can see that there's task one, which is basically and which is basically the pod for that's running the LSP analyzer. We can see that uh, the analyzer add-on is installed. It takes a few minutes to run the analyzer. I'll skip that part a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So as we can see, we see that the tag count changed after analysis was run, because analysis, along with the issues and dependencies, analysis also reports back what is called as technology tags in Konveyor. We'll just quickly go over on the on different parts of the UI, and then we'll do the comparison later on. This is We are right now looking at the technology tags screen, a drawer, and we are selecting source of as analysis, meaning that these tags came from the LSP analyzers. As we can see, there are a bunch of tags that are created, and
Oh no.
associated with
Absolutely. You seem to be on mute, Pranav.
hey folks, sorry.
Oh, there you are.
Last few days my internet has my internet is acting up this week. I'm really sorry. I'm going to share my screen again. Can everyone see my screen now? All right. So
We
I
can.
think talking about technology tags. So as we can see, technology from the analyzer that are shown in the drawer here. We will now move to the issues and the dependencies pages in the dynamic UI, dynamic reports UI. Yeah, so I just clicked on the issues link for that application, and we can see that we were redirected to the issues pages, and in the filters, the application, which is the customer Tomcat legacy application, was that filter was pre-applied. So what we are looking at is a list of issues that came from analysis for that application, and we see one issue over here, which is the hard-coded IP address. Yeah, I will talk about all the details when we compare the wind-up reports. I just wanted to go through, just quickly go through different pages in here. We see the affected files, we see the name of the files, incidents, effort, all of the details that come from the actual rule that was run. And I also noticed that even the dependencies pages are uh, uh, almost ready. We have some fields in here which you can see are empty right now, that are coming from the some of the labels that were put on analyzer, put by the analyzer on dependencies. We should be able to finish that work. pretty soon, but we get all of the dependencies with their versions, and we can filter on specific application for which we are looking at, for which we are interested in looking at dependencies for. We can do all of that stuff in here. Now, any questions so far? Okay, I will now quickly move over to comparison part, where I just wanted to kind of show you how the old wind-up report looks like versus what the new report looks like. Uh, uh, Please ignore this test binary application. I was doing something with this morning with an application I had, but the customer Tomcat legacy one, I will go to the issues for this guy. Oh, I'm sorry. So before we jump into the issues, let's take a look at the tags. And I have this wind-up report generated for the exact same app, which is the legacy app. And there are a few differences in the report that we see here versus in the dynamic reports. The first difference, the main difference that comes, is what we see as issues in the old report, which are of information category. They are now all converted to technology tags. The reason is that, as you can see, these issues are meant to be just informational, and they don't have any associated story points with them, and they are um, so we decided to remove this category altogether and convert all of this information into technology tags, because this isn't, so we want to focus on the issues that are actually that will actually be issues in your modernization and migration efforts, and having something like informational issues that don't have story points would basically would be redundant information in the issues page in the dynamic reports. Instead, you can get the same information via technology tags. As you can see, we have the Java servlet and the Palm XML, Spring MVC. All of that information is converted into the EJB XML, the Java servlet. All of that information, Spring Web, converted into technology tags, and all of them have categories associated with them. Now I'll move over to the issues tab. In the issues tabs, in the issues tab, the filter for the application is pre-applied. We can see that apart from the informational issues, we have one issue, which is the hard-coded IP address. It's called the category for the issue is called cloud mandatory. In the new reports, we have in windup, basically you could have your own categories assigned to the issues, and we don't have that functionality in the LSP analyzer. That is to make sure that we are not confusing the user on the severity of the issue. So all of the cloud mandatory and the mandatory category issues become mandatory in the new report, which means that this is an issue that will actually affect your modernization effort. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details. We can see that there are two affected files. Over here, we see just one file. I'll explain why that happens. But we can see that the hard-coded IP, the description for that rule is presented here. When we go to the affected files, we see two files. I think this should be fixed in our rules, in that we are seeing the same file, which is in the source code and as well as in the target. which is the compiled thing for a Java project. But yeah, so I think that should be fixed. There's one issue that we fixed this week. That's which is why we are not seeing code snippets here. I wasn't able to rebuild the add-on image yesterday, but the UI and the add-on pieces to get the code snippets are in. It should just work when we have when we have the new image. We have already merged the fix for that one. But when you click on this, you see a message, which is, and then you are supposed to see a code snippet here. I couldn't find a good example for code snippets, but yeah, that issue is already fixed. We see, apart from the affected files and the description, we see a bunch of other information, which rule set that this issue came from, what the target technologies are, what the labels are on, all of that. I'll quickly move over to the dependencies now. Uh, uh, in the dependencies, all of these dependencies are coming from the Tomcat legacy application. When you click on one of the dependencies, you see the version and you see the relationship, which means if this is a direct dependency or this is a transitive dependency. So as the Antler library, it looks like it's not a direct dependency for this application. When you have multiple applications that are using the same dependency, all of those applications will come under this table and they'll show what version of that dependency each application is using, and along with relationship. And as I said, there are some fixes that are around dependency labels that we need to do on analyzer side, and I think most of the fixes are merged. We just need to get those all wired up, and we should have all of that information pretty soon over here. And yes, there was just one issue for this application, so we are just seeing one issue. And the next steps, we will be trying to compare. We will be running analysis on different applications. My next on my list is the pet clinic app with the custom rules that in the last demo that Savita presented. So we'll be using those rules, converting them in with wind up shame into the new YAML format, and we should be able to demonstrate that flow as well. Moving on to next steps. The immediate next steps would be to cut releases and get this all of this working out of the box so that you don't have to follow my README there to tweak the components. And we'll be publishing a guide to that will basically tell you how to run this demo out of the box. And once again, this is everyone's hard work since last few months, and it's be it core team, UI team, analyzer integrations, everyone. So all of those features are basically coming together to in this demo. Thank you all, and thanks Mike and Sam for working with me this week to put together this demo. They have helped me a lot. Thank you. I'll take any questions.
I know James had his hand raised for a second. I don't know if he had a question or just the wrong button.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Wrong button.
All right, looks like no questions.
No, thank you. This is looking really good.
Yeah, thanks for letting me drive the demo. Yeah, thank you.
It's a really cool demo. Thank you, Pranav, and thank you, team, for coming up with awesome features and showcasing it in the community meeting. And that is my kudos too. I just jumped the gun, but I will go over the kudos section once again. And I'm going to share my screen. I have one item that I really want to highlight today in our meeting. Let me know once you all see my screen. Can you all see my screen?
There it
see it.
is. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So there is, so last week we had this pet clinic modernizing pet clinic app to Kubernetes using Konveyor demo. And there is a step-by-step tutorial that we published early this week. And I have dropped a link to that post in the agenda. So if you want to try it out on your own, and if you have any questions, just to get a taste of how Konveyor works or what Konveyor can do for your org, please check it out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in the Slack channel or email us. And every information is available on the top of the agenda where you can contact us. So that is a quick, well, I lost the word. Quick thing that I want to bring up in today's call. Before I move on to the next section, I want to open up and ask if anyone has any discussion items or anything that they want to bring it up in today's meeting. This is a tough crowd. Next time, I'm just going to call people randomly
There
and say,
is a
like, hey,
question in chat. There's a question about, do we have any lab environments to try out?
oh, yeah, not that I'm aware of, but hopefully soon. Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
I think we have scenarios that you can run through with Minikube. So if you have just a regular laptop that can run Minikube, then you can go through fairly quickly and get a walkthrough to see through, because there's the example we have on Cube by Example. That might be a good one just to kind of go
that is
through
wonderful.
guided. The thing that we lack right now is we lack actual hosted hardware resources that can give you a provision environment. We don't have anything like that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna drop. Thank you, John. I totally forgot about the Cuba example uh, learning path. So I'm just dropping that in the chat. And there is also another question from James that can it be deployed on OpenShift sandbox, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of my fault, is that I haven't pursued that aggressively enough.
Yeah.
We started to work with it. Jason actually made changes that have already landed and been merged and are ready to go. So we can deploy the operator in Sandbox. We can wrap with OpenShift Auth authentication piece of it without needing to use Keycloak. So we're in a good spot to deploy something that's fairly lightweight into OpenShift Sandbox. I need to follow back of actually making that happen.
Yeah. Is this the same thing that we were talking about Instinct Labs? That was something that I wanted to explore for Konveyor Labs, but I haven't gotten into it yet. I'm not sure if it's the same thing or a different thing.
This would probably be a little bit different. This would be a case where a user could get I believe it's a free account on the Sandbox cluster, and then maybe they're limited of 30 days or something around that. And then with it, MTA would be deployed, and they can go through and play with it. But that would be deploying MTA, so a little bit different branding stuff than deploying Konveyor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
just wonder if even if we created a README, of how to deploy Konveyor on OpenShift Sandbox, we could just, people could manually go install it or whatever after, right?
We could definitely do it as of today. So Ethan, could you capture? Actually, I'll capture note of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it takes. With MTA, we'll figure it out, right? Because we'll do it through the demo platform. I think with Konveyor, it's like how to get people access to early features, right?
Those are wonderful ideas, actually. And thank you so much, John, for capturing that. Cool. Does anyone have anything to add to it? All right. So I am gonna move on to the next topic, that is shout out, kudos, thank you notes. So I just wanna again congratulate and kudos to the team for showcasing such wonderful, cool new features in demos and whatnot in the conveyor meeting. This keeps the meeting lively, and I enjoy it. And I hope everyone who wants to use our project enjoys it as well. Does anyone have anything to add? All right, then, folks, we have come to the end of the agenda, and there is an action item. I will follow up John later offline, and we'll figure it out. Once we have something, I'll definitely bring it back to the community meeting so that folks can try it out. That's it from me today, and hope you all have a good good day and good weekend. I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.